This merch is very understated from the front. But then... Oh, this could be bad. Look at the back. Isn't that cool? I love it so much. Alrighty. Thank you. I managed to get this, and I finally got the special edition army bombs. At this, I didn't think I would be able to get any of the merch, to be honest, but there was a merch place right outside of where our seats were, and the line was like always really short, and they had like 5 people selling merch at the same time, and they were like, let's go, who else needs stuff, and I'm like, this is the best merch experience I've ever had. If they had given me more time, I probably would have bought more, but I also was like, the concert got delayed. I'll get into that in a minute, but because it got delayed, I was like, I gotta buy something, I can buy something right now, so that's why I did it. I heard they sync automatically now. Yes they do. You know how before you would go to, like, sit down, and then you would have to pair it via Bluetooth on the app, tell it, like, your seat number, your, like, row and seat and section, and then it would light up a certain way? Now you just show up, you turn it on, and boom, you're done. It was incredible. But yeah, I'll get into that. So I haven't done this in a hot minute, and I was wondering if you guys think the music is too loud. Well, the song just ended. Okay. How is the sound here? How do I sound? How is the music in relation to me? I literally redid everything. So as usual, I have no frame of reference for how this sounds for you guys, so you let me know. Yeah. Music is good for you? Okay. I'm probably gonna reduce it for me then. That's really loud in my ears. Okay, let me just do this. Let me turn the microphone up a little bit more. Or all the way. It's a bit loud for you. Well, I turned the microphone up. Does the microphone louder? Is that better? Or do you still need me to turn the music down a little more? I like to put my hair on the side of myself, but then I cover up the little flame. I wore this to work today. And everybody was like, how was your weekend? And I was like, I went to a concert. And I would turn around and show them the fire on the back. Is better? Okay. Alrighty. Well, you let me know if at any point it isn't, because I can very easily change it. Do you remember how I've been having a weird buzzing issue for months? And it was driving me insane that whenever I used the microphone, there'd be like a bzz, bzz, bzz sound behind what I was saying. Do you know what the issue was? It's really stupid. This microphone arm comes with a built-in cord. I do not want to unplug it, obviously, because that'll kill the mic. But like this cord right here runs down the mic arm under the table, and then there's like a sound mixer, and you plug it in so that it converts the analog sound of my sound into the microphone into like a big device that then converts it into a digital file that I can plug via USB into the computer so that it can then be on stream. Anyway, long story short, the built-in wire was fucking broken. That was my issue. So now that I have a new wire, that's why there's like a bajillion cables here, because there's the built-in wire that I've kind of tried to nicely pin back, and then this is the new wire that's running across my table. And it fucking works! Who the fuck knew? All I have to do is replace cables. I hate technology. I hate technology. I love technology. I hate it. Anyway, okay. So thank you for joining me today. I am very excited to see you guys again. It's been a hot minute, partially because I got mono in February. So I had been like on and off sick repeatedly, and I was like, what the hell is this illness? And then like I did the stream with you guys where we talked about the Hybe and SM drama with the like acquisition and all of that. And then I just got super sick. It was horrible. If any of you don't know, mono is a virus. And the easiest way you get it, apparently, is kissing people. My husband doesn't have it, is not sick. I've been kissing no one but him, and yet I have it. So riddle me this, how the fuck did I get it? Where the fuck did I get it from? I don't know. But I've spent a very long time being sick, getting better, getting sick again. And then I finally got better. Yeah, because there's no drugs they can give you for a virus, right? That you just have to suck it up. And like they try to say like, hey, if you have like shitty symptoms, take some over-the-counter cold meds to get rid of those symptoms and suck it up until you get better. And I'm like, okay. So I did that. I even went on a business trip across the country to Vegas. And like was like mono. It was like, oh my god, I have to pay attention because I wasn't sick enough to not go. But yeah, so I got better and I thought I was done. And then guess what? Apparently, you can reactivate mono if you exercise too much. So I don't know if you guys know this, but I love to exercise. I play on a volleyball team several times a week. I go to Orange Theory, which is like a really intense fitness class. I go running. We literally just I bought a treadmill that I now have at home so that I can like, and there's like a place in there where you can put like a tablet or like a laptop. And so I can watch shows while I'm on the treadmill, and it's amazing because that's all I want to do. Because then it's guilt-free binging of all the shows, all the BTS content, everything I love. But yeah, so apparently between all of that, I exercised way too much and I reactivated my mono, and it hit me like a punch in the face. It was bad. And I was so mad. I was like, what do you mean? I'm being healthy. I'm being healthy. And it came back. So I am taking a break. I can't do volleyball. I can't do Orange Theory. I can't go running. I can't do any strenuous activities for 6 weeks except walking. So that's what I've been doing. And this will become relevant again once I tell you about my trip to Newark to see Yoongi. Yeah, so we'll get to that. But yeah, so I was sick. I finally got better-ish. I kind of was planning on streaming yesterday, actually, but I got sick because of the concert again, which I will tell you details about in a minute. But yeah, why are my chats not coming on the screen? Let's fix this. Mono knocked me out freshman year of college. It's the worst. It fucking is. Could it be transfer between human and animal? I don't know. I don't think so. But who knows? I'm not the doctor. If I was the doctor, I would have known that exercise can reactivate mono. Hello? Why do you not want to work? You're literally, I can see you in my screen, but you're not on the screen. Did I put it in the right place? Okay, let's try this one more time. URL. Okay. If I go here, do you show up? No. Okay. All right. Okay, it won't be on screen today. I'm sorry. Next time. Alrighty. So I know that not everyone likes spoilers for concerts. I certainly don't like spoilers. So I was gonna break up this stream in a couple of different ways so that you can tap out when it reaches the point where you don't want to hear any spoilers. So I'm going to tell you first totally non-spoiler stuff, and then I will let you know when I'm gonna say stuff that has some mild spoilers, and you can, if you plan on watching the concert later, you can come back to the stream at that, like, at a future date and listen to what I have to say then. So it'll be non-spoiler, then mild spoilers, and then all the spoilers. So I'm gonna try and organize my thoughts so that you have a chance to tap out if you care about that kind of stuff. This is really bothering me. Why can't I have chat? YouTube, why do you hate me? Why do you hate me? Oh, is this the problem? Change. Oh, okay. All right, fine. I give up. So, alrighty. Let's make this happen. So, I don't know about you guys, but I personally do not want any spoilers whatsoever when it comes to a BTS concert. Like, anything. Like, I don't want to know if it even is a good time, like if people are enjoying it. I want to know nothing. And the reason I think I'm like that is, one, because I have a personality where I love to see things from other people's perspectives, but it also means I can't turn it off. Like, if I've seen something through your perspective, or if I know if I have the thought of seeing it through someone else's perspective, I can't say I'm not going to do that. Like, I do it automatically, which means that it's hard for me to know what is my honest opinion and what is my opinion colored by other people. And that's not necessarily a bad thing, but it means it, like, sometimes makes me feel like my own opinion or my own experience gets hijacked by the people, like the group of people around me, and like what they think, which means that, like, sometimes it's hard for me to, like, watch movies with people, especially if I care about the movie a lot. I'm, like, seeing the movie through someone else's perspective, and I'm like, no, I just want to care about my opinion, but I can't. So when it comes to BTS's concert, I hate concerts. I hate having any kind of expectations. I hate having anyone else's perspective. I want to go in absolutely blind. So in order to do that, I get off social media completely. The first time, so this was, I think, hold on. I think this was the 8th concert I've ever been to for BTS. I think. Because I became an ARMY in January of 2018, and I didn't really use social media. Like, I wasn't on ARMY Twitter. I was like, I kind of at some point realized, oh, Facebook groups exist for ARMY, but I just didn't really care about any of that. So I was off of social media completely, and that's why when I went to the Love Yourself tours, I didn't have any spoilers because I wasn't on any BTS social media to be spoiled. And then I joined all of that, and then for Speak Yourself, I got off social media for like a month, I think, because I went to MetLife in New Jersey, and Speak Yourself started in LA. It went like LA, Chicago, New Jersey, I think, if I remember correctly. But it was several weeks where I was just like, nope, not on social media. I don't know. And that was great. And then for PTD, I went to LA, so there was nothing to spoil there. And then when they had the same the concert in Vegas, I went, and because I'd already seen the concert, there was nothing to spoil. So this time around, though, I was like, nope, I want my pristine BTS experience. So I got off social media last Tuesday, I think. I think I even like tweeted out to you guys. I was like, love you guys. I'll see you in like a week or two after I get a chance to go see the concert. I got out of the Armyverse Discord that exists, which, by the way, if you're looking for a community of really nice armies that are really chill, mature, smart, come join the Armyverse Discord. The link should be in the description. But yeah, so I even got out of that. Sorry guys, I have like hundreds of messages to go read. I'm getting there. And then Saturday, oh, and by the way, I didn't even get tickets the normal way. I was waitlisted for the actual tickets, which was incredibly annoying. So was my husband, because we're both armies. We both have the army membership. We were all fucking waitlisted, just stupid. But luckily, Tia is awesome, and she helps facilitate buying tickets. I've bought tickets with her help for several BTS concerts now, because she's so nice in helping coordinate everyone who is selling tickets. And I love that our grassroots organization is being applied like this, so that Ticketmaster doesn't get resale fees from us. It's amazing. It's amazing. I think it's the biggest fuck you we've ever done, and I love it. I love it. So anyway, another wonderful army got a suite, and she was looking for people to fill it up. So luckily I was able to get 2 tickets for me and my hubby to be in her suite, which was on like one of the sides of the stadium. We had a really nice view. Thank you, smartwatch, for sending me a text I got 2 hours ago. Anyway, so we drove up from DC to New Jersey the day of, this past Saturday. It was like a 4-hour trip. My husband was fighting for his life on the highway because all the traffic was insane. And we listened to every single Yoongi song we could think of. We listened to all of his albums. Was it Close to Jim and Sweet? We were actually across from him. Which was really funny because like I was trying to find him with my phone, and like the girl behind me was just like, he's right there across from us, and I'm like, where? And she's like, right there. But he was like a little person on the other side. I think he and his team or whatever, like his staff or who help him, they all had bought out like one of the little boxes, suite boxes, so that like he would have some security, some privacy, which probably costs some money. So good for him. We got down there, got to a hotel, relaxed for a couple hours, and then it was time to go. And okay, so I don't know what you guys have seen on social media, but the Prudential Center, which was where this concert was happening in Newark, was unprepared for Army, and I had PTSD flashbacks to SoFi in LA because Jesus Christ. So it was raining all day. It was getting colder and colder, like it was freezing rain essentially. And here's the difference: my husband will say it wasn't that cold because it was like in the 50s and raining. I say it was that cold because I totally underdressed for the concert. I dressed for the weather I wanted, not for the weather that was there. But BTS had been there before. Exactly, which is why you would think they would be better organized and why it was so shocking that they weren't. So So we park the car. We walk over. It's raining. We don't have an umbrella. I don't even have a hood. I'm wearing like a really nice outfit without a fucking hood, without any hats, without any gloves, nothing. I'm cold before we even get there. But because we have a suite seats, we get access through, like, there's 2 VIP entrances on the side that are reserved usually for suite and box ticket holders, and everyone else goes through the general entrance. So I'm like, okay, cool, like, we'll just be in line really quick and then we'll be inside. I can suffer and for a little bit of time and it'll work out. It does not work out because we show up, doors opened at 6:30. We show up probably just before 7. There are massive lines of army outside, and there, for any of you who went to Allegiant Stadium in Vegas, if you remember how well organized that was, where there was like cordoned off places where you could get in line, like they prepared ahead of time to organize crowds and make sure everyone knew where the start of a line to get in was. Security was in a separate place from where they check your tickets so that it would expedite like the flow of people. You know how well organized that was? None of that was here. None of that. All the lines were just snaking around everywhere. It was like Army was doing their best to like stay in line, but no one even understood where the front or back end of a line was. There were multiple lines to get in. Everybody was confused. Everybody was asking each other. And I get into the line for the VIP entrance to go inside. I am probably like, I don't know, probably like 30 feet away. I'm very close. If the line was moving like this, I should have been in there within 10 minutes. We did not move from where we stood for like half an hour. And apparently this is because someone had decided that this side entrance, which is small, has one person running security, is also going to be the place where they're going to let in everybody who had like VIP sound check. To like, cause you, if you've ever done sound check or know what it is, it's like you come early, you get wristbands early, you go in to see Yoongi or other members of BTS, like do their sound check and perform, and then you have to leave again. But they give you a wristband, and the idea is that you get to come back early and get inside. Or honestly, like in some venues, you just stay inside and you don't have to leave again. In Prudential, when I was there years ago, like people got in and they had to leave like once they were done with sound check, but then they got back in early later on a different door. So this was them, the venue saying, okay, this massive amount of like 100 people are also going to create a line coming from the other direction to get into this one man security tiny door. And on the other side, you have everyone else who has seat and box tickets also trying to get in. Nothing was moving. Nothing was happening. And it's raining. It's raining a lot. It's horrible weather. Everyone is like miserable outside. People still keep coming by and going, what is this line? Are you guys this? Where's the end of this line? It was confusing as fuck. It was chaotic. The general admission lines were not moving either. But it was funny because we kept joking. We're like, should we just go wait in that? Like, we're so close to the entrance to go inside, but we're not moving at all. Would it be better just to go into the general admin line? Even though they're barely moving themselves. It was shitty. And I overestimated my health because, fun fact, if you were listening, I had mono, and I'm still recovering from it. It is a long, nasty virus that just shits on your immune system and makes you feel shitty for like months. It sucks. So, my health deteriorated really quickly, and I was like complaining to my husband, and he's just like, it's not that bad. The weather's not that bad. I'm like, if I had a health bar right now, we would be at like 20%. I'm not okay. And I realized that past the entrance for the VIP people, is the Grammy Museum, because they have like a Grammy Museum exhibit at Prudential. And I was like, I have an idea. And I was like, hold our place in line, husband. I walk over to the Grammy Museum. I didn't even notice, by the way, that it was like after hours, because they closed early or whatever. But I saw that there were still people inside, and I was like knocking on the door, and they were talking to me through the door, but I was like, I can't hear you. There is a glass door between us. Come here, unlock the door, talk to me. So they come over, and I'm like, can I buy a ticket right now? It's like 7:30, right? Concert's supposed to start at 8. I'm like, can I buy a ticket right now to go see your Grammy Museum, which is inside, and then stay in here and go to the concert afterwards? And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, I want to come in, I will pay you, I will go to the museum, I will look at your exhibits, and then I want to stay in here and go through you guys into the venue, instead of going back outside and going to find some other VIP entrance. Oh, is this lagging? Okay, I don't know what that seemed like a small hiccup. Hopefully it's okay on your end. So I asked them that, and they're like, yes, you can do that. And then I'm like pulling out cash, because they're only taking cash for some reason. And they're like, do you just want to go to the concert and not go to the museum? And I look at them and I'm like, yes. And they're like, you can do that. And I'm like, okay, well, I have to go back out and get my husband, who's still waiting in line. Don't lock the door after me. I will still pay you admission, which is like, it was like $20 for 2 people, to go into the exhibit. Please unlock the door for me when I come back. So I did that. I went and grabbed my husband, and when I came back to him, he thought that I wouldn't have had any luck, and he's like, see, and I was just like, yeah, see, come with me. I got us alternate arrangements. He was like, what the fuck? How did you do this? I'm like, by looking really sad and miserable. That's what I did. And because I had like walked past people to get inside, when I got back, other people followed me in, and they were like, thank you, I copied your idea, I was miserable in the rain, thank you so much. I was like, totally fine. I'm glad my ingenuity helped you too, because I was just absolutely miserable. My health bar was depleting. I was about to pass out in the rain, in the cold. I was not having a good time. So like a bunch of people came in after me, and we walked past the inside of that like VIP entrance. Despite that line not moving and the crowds being there for like probably 40 minutes at least, they still had not added anyone to security or to like check people's tickets. It was still one person helping people through security and one person checking their tickets on the other side. It was ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. I mean, I'm honestly astounded, right? So we get into the elevator, we go up to our level, we get out, it's like the suite level. There is no one there. There is like no one in the hallways, because everyone is still outside. It is now like 7:45. Concert is supposed to start in 15 minutes. There is no one on the floor. What the fuck? Where is everyone? So we get to our suite, explain the situation to our like suite mates, and they go, look at the arena. We look. It's probably like 40% full, 50% full. Like, and everyone's saying like, it's dead in here. And I'm like, yeah, because everyone's still outside. Nobody can get in. Concert is supposed to start now in like 10 minutes. There is no one here. What the hell? It was ridiculous. And as expected, the concert did not start on time. Concert was supposed to start at 8. I think it started like 8:25, almost 8:30, because they needed to wait to let people in. You know, it was honestly astounding. It was atrocious how terrible the organization was, how terrible the staffing was. And the thing is it's horrible weather. Everyone is outside in the cold and the wet. That it's the perfect weather for people to get sick, for people to get a cold, for people like me to get really fucked up, which I did later. I'm honestly like, it was a health hazard the way they handled that, and I'm really shocked at that treatment because, like you guys are saying, BTS has been there before. This is a commonly used venue for concerts. Why would you be so shittily understaffed? Also, why is there only one place where it seems that people can get in? I think there was actually one other place that could get in, but it was ridiculous. It was absolutely ridiculous. So, yeah, getting inside was a nightmare. I saw someone say that the crowd ended up rushing the doors at some point and people got hurt. I don't know the details about that. I luckily managed to get inside by then, but I feel terrible. Like, what a shitty way to start such an incredible concert experience. Like, I unfortunately, like, I had a migraine the entire concert, but because of my adrenaline from how much I love Yoongi and how much I was enjoying the concert, it didn't really faze me until afterwards. And then after the concert, deteriorated really quickly. Like, we left, and by the time we got back to the car, my headache was just like a full-blown migraine, to the point where I was feeling nauseous. And I was just like, oh my God, like, I couldn't sit up, I couldn't look, like, I couldn't open my eyes. I like reclined in my seat while my husband drove us back to the hotel, and I was like, it was horrible. Like, I almost went to the ER. That was how bad I felt. Almost went to the hospital. But yeah, luckily he took care of me. Like, at one point I even lost the ability to speak because, like, I wasn't feeling well at all. Like, I was mumbling. I couldn't find the effort to, like, open my mouth and speak. It was horrible. I was like, how did this happen? And my husband was like, what is this delayed onset? And I'm like, it was the concert. My adrenaline and, like, from the concert and my love for Yoongi was so great that I just pushed away everything and I was in the moment. And then afterwards, the adrenaline crashed and I just crashed and burned. But yeah, geez. Yeah, it was not fun. Luckily, I recovered mostly the next day, and, like, on Sunday we drove back to the DC area. But that's why I couldn't stream yesterday, because I was like, my health was, like, very fragile. I was like, I'm just gonna chill. So yeah, so that, and yeah, the concert was fucking phenomenal. So this is the section that has been spoiler free. Oh wait, no, I have some more things I can add. Thoughts, my general thoughts about the concert that have no spoilers. I think I knew this, but this concert validated for me that Yoongi truly is an artiste, not an artist, an artiste. He is incredibly talented. Everything was so well thought through. It was put together so incredibly. He thought through every aspect. There was so much meaning in literally everything he did. I was so impressed. I was so in love with him. I've never felt closer to Yoongi than after seeing that concert. It was just an incredibly moving experience, and I'm very happy I had a chance to do that. I did tear up at one point. And the other really great thing was that Jimin was there. As you guys might know, he was spotted coming to the venue. There was stuff circulating on Twitter. We were all hoping that he might perform with Yoongi, but clearly Jimin said absolutely not. I am here to enjoy it. I am here as a spectator, not as a participant. So yeah, so he was in, like, a suite box on the other side, like almost directly across from me in the arena, and his suite seemed to kind of be like only had a couple of people in it, which is why I think they just bought out the whole thing so he could have privacy. And the one thing I did think was really special is that I feel like this is the first time that Jimin has ever experienced ARMY from the army perspective. I think the only other time this kind of happened was when he was backstage for Hobie's Hobie Palooza performance, but it's not quite the same because that is a performance for a music festival and he was backstage, so it's not the same. Versus this was a little more of like our standard army experience where it's us in every seat, you know, like everyone has an army bomb, everyone's screaming their head off, deafening, like the energy is so high and the amount of love and enthusiastic support from army is so high that this is, I feel like, the first time that Jimin as part of the audience got to see that. And I really hope that it gives him confidence, that it makes him better understand what kind of support they all have, because I want them to know, right? Because this is the first time where he didn't have to focus on like his performance. He could just enjoy army. He could just see our reaction. And I know they had a live. I've been meaning to watch it. I unfortunately could not that night because I was incredibly sick. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to watching it when they put subs on it. Apparently, they were really... Yoongi was like, the crowd was barking. That's new. They don't do that when we perform as a group. And I'm like, that is definitely an American thing, I think. And like what he was referring to is a crowd going, ooh, 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 ooh. Like just someone starts that somewhere in the arena and then everybody would do it, and it would be really funny because it would like come in waves and then go away, everybody would be screaming, and then it would come back and we all do it and then it goes away. And like, if you're not familiar with that kind of cheering, it's like really like aggressive cheering. It's kind of like the kind of cheering you would do at a sports game when you're like really proud of your team, when you're like, yeah, like whoo whoo whoo. It's almost like a war cry kind of. So it makes sense to do that for a Yoongi concert because all of his music tends to be so aggressive and like in your face that like that's the same kind of energy, and it makes sense. So of course they wouldn't have experienced that for a normal BTS concert because their music isn't always that aggressive. It like comes and goes. So it was all that kind of atmosphere was concentrated in a Yoongi concert. Does that make sense? I love the reading the translation where he's like, they seem to be barking. Yes. Sorry, again, we bark. It's another way of us showing our love for you, I guess. They should never doubt ARMY's love and support. I agree. But I think it's really hard for them to understand it. It feels ephemeral to them, I think. It feels intangible. And I think this is why we always say that, like, when you go to a BTS concert, it feels like you're, like, I always say, it feels like I'm among my people. Like, we are all united in our feelings, in the intensity of our emotions and our love and support for BTS. And I'm like, yes, people here get me. I'm in my happy place. But that's because I'm part of the crowd and I'm part of that emotion. And I think for BTS, when they perform, they have to focus on themselves a lot and what they have to monitor what they're doing. And it's only periodically that they can take a break and look at the crowd. But it's kind of still not the same, because when that crowd of attention, when that wave, that wall of attention is on you, you're like, your heart's going, it's like you're full of adrenaline. You're like, okay, I'm here, I'm enjoying this, I'm in the moment, I'm like, emotions are high, energy's high, but you can't really think about it and like internalize that wave of love. I feel like then if you're part of the audience where the attention isn't directly on you, it's on someone else, and you can finally examine it from the side and you can see that, hey, Yoongi did this, and look how wild the energy is. Yoongi did that. The energy has not decreased at all. In fact, it's gotten more. The energy isn't only coming when there's high energy songs. When it's low energy songs that are pulling on your heartstrings, people are screaming just as much. The like universal feeling is so unending. It's so continuous that I feel, and that from that side you can finally understand it a little bit better, I feel like. Which is why I think it's really special that Jimin got to see it, got to experience it. I teared up when I thought about that. The translators were having a ball because they were laughing that they had to conjugate bark into a polite form. They have all these people trying to convince them that there's a next that will take their place. There isn't. There isn't. This kind of emotion, this kind of connection, this kind of love isn't transferable, and it's not free. BTS earned it 1,000 times over with everything they've done and everything they've been through. And we've all engraved those feelings in our hearts through everything we've experienced and gone through as a fandom and struggled to create together on our side. Like, this stuff isn't cheap. It's not something that can be recreated. It just isn't. And it also isn't something that dies. When you've put so much time, effort, love, emotion into something, either them to us or us to them, you're not gonna give that up. You can't. You can't. It's become an integral part of your identity. And that's actually something I will talk about a little bit more in the mild spoiler section. The translations of the live made me laugh so much. We know that, and I think they're beginning to know it too. I think so. I think they're slowly understanding it a little more. And then MK, you said, can't believe a K-pop journalist called a dinner theater. I saw that article. In some senses, I can understand why they used it, but I think because of how the performance was put together. But the thing is that dinner theater kind of diminishes the scale of it. Like, this is a concept. This is performing art. Like, to me, he didn't just perform. He performed art through everything related to this concert. And that's why you can kind of see it as like a dinner theater. But that's a very diminished version of what this was. And clearly that journalist didn't really care about their word choice. But yeah. Okay. Okay, so one last non-spoiler thing. If word of advice, if you are going to bring posters to these concerts, please follow army etiquette where you don't raise them above your hand. Like, I'm gonna promise you right now, Yoongi is not gonna see them. For reasons that I can't say until later, but he will not see them. And that's okay, because there is a specific... There is attention given to posters, and it can be the tiniest poster in the world, or it can be a bigger one. But like, I think there was even guidelines they came out, like they have to be like kind of like paper sized, kind of like, I think this size. I think this is the size they wanted, like a normal piece of paper. I could be wrong, but I saw a lot of posters, and they were really touching. Like, they made me tear up. So, and some of them made me laugh really hard, and not all of them were like really fancy. So if you want to make posters, go for it, but don't worry about waving your poster up in the air. Like, you can have it at your face level, and there will be a point where people will care about your poster, is all I can say without spoiling anything. Did the screaming and shouting, was it easier to hear because it was an arena enclosed instead of open air? Yes, first off, the screaming and cheering, I feel like I was losing my voice. I was screaming so loud. Everyone was screaming so loud, nonstop. And I will say yes, I like the acoustics at Prudential. I think they are, that arena just ends up being really, seems to be conducive for like a concert. The acoustics are good. SoFi, you know how much I hate SoFi. But I will still say that when I was at Allegiant Stadium in Vegas on the last day, that was the first time I've ever been to a BTS concert where the cheering was so loud that it literally deafened me. And I can handle a lot of screaming, right? I'm a loud person myself, but this was so loud that my ears were ringing. I was like, I've reached the like maximum amount of sound my ears can take in, and this is exceeding that. I don't know what, we were feral that day or something. So that is still a legendary time, but this was Prudential had an immense amount of cheering. It was amazing, and Yoongi was soaking it in. I saw such wonderful posters. Some made me emotional. Yes. Yeah, they made me emotional too. And because of how I saw them, I am hoping that Yoongi gets a chance to see them and take them in privately as well. Okay, so this is the extent of everything I can say without spoilers. So if you don't want any spoilers for anything substantial, click away now. The next section will be me talking about mild spoilers, so like general ideas and stuff. So if you don't mind that, stick around. And then before I go on to the super spoilers, I will let you know. But yeah, okay, this is your last warning. Click away now if you don't want any spoilers. Okay, so, mild spoilers. I wanted to talk about, I have spent a lot of time since this concert ended really thinking about what the meaning and what the of the whole concert, of his whole album, of Yoongi's mental place where he is right now. I've been thinking a lot about it. Everything that he's done has made me really dig deep in terms of understanding what he meant and how it applies to me. Thinking about him as an artist, thinking about him as just a person. And I kind of wanted to discuss my thoughts. This is me trying to tie together my thoughts on his album, on D-Day. His behinds and Bangtan Bombs, where he's talked about it. His music videos. His discussions about it on Suchwita, and his concert. And his VCRs. So, in general, I think that his whole body of work, especially the work that's culminated in D-Day, to me, is a concert that's centered around the question of identity, and how we let our past define us, and what growth looks like, and kind of what is the meaning of my life based on my past experiences, my memories, my traumas, the conclusions I came to through my experiences, and what is worth keeping and what is worth, there was a cat in here? and what is worth eliminating because it no longer helps me. I didn't know you were in here. Okay. So I think this album, and especially the concert, is a beautiful bookend to his career up to this point, to his life up to this point, and basically to his entire chapter 1. I am really impressed by the conclusions and the questions that he raised from his experiences, and kind of the conclusions he seems to be coming to. And can you decide whether you're leaving or staying? Okay, sorry. And this feels so beautifully like concluded with the album and the concert that it makes me wonder, like, well, did Yoongi feel like there may be a chance that after his military service he won't want to continue music in the same way? Like, is this him kind of mitigating for the risk that he might not want to make music for a while or ever if he gets out of the military, or if that he wants his career to look different? Like, because this is such a beautiful conclusion to his life and his career thus far that I'm like, was he closing it off just in case he can't continue after? I mean, because either way, it's kind of like he's left no regrets. He's kind of created this framework through his album and his concert of like how to view the world, how he can view his own experiences, and how he can move forward into the future by focusing on the present. I know he said in his like album and in his like interview with Namjoon that he's like, I want to focus on the present, but it feels like he's creating a framework that he can actually move on into the future with, and not just live in the past and be weighed down by his like past traumas. Man, this is really hard to talk about without giving examples, but I'm really focused on only giving mild spoilers in this section. But yeah, and the other really big takeaway that I had was that from this concert, it really felt like I understood his album a little bit better by hearing him perform the songs and seeing everything that he had put together related to his album. It really gave me a deeper understanding that it feels like I got a sense of what he wants to impart on the world through his career, through his music, through his existence. And it's kind of like he wants to leave a legacy for other artists, and he wants to be sure that he expresses his love for BTS, for ARMY, and for the artists that will come after him and that will inherit his journey. I felt that so much in this concert. I felt so much of him and his love and his legacy and everything he did, and that also made me tear up and made me emotional. But yeah, and then I was also just so impressed that like his body of work is so large. He has so many songs. Everything he's made is so beloved. It was so incredible to just like experience live all of these songs that he's made, all of this emotion and heart and soul that he's put into every song, and see it live and sing it with him, sing it with everyone. And it made me feel like, I hope Yoongi feels some catharsis from doing this and knowing that so many people relate and support him. My God, it's making me tear up again just thinking about it. Yeah. Do you guys want, I don't know how much you guys have been like following the concerts or not, Do you guys want to know the poster thing? Like, why I feel like there is a good chance your poster will matter and you don't have to block people's views to get Yoongi's attention? Or do you want me not to say that? Also, now that like the concerts ended, I have Yoongi's music stuck in my head like nonstop. I can't stop. Say it. Well, okay. This is kind of like the end of my mild spoiler section. I tried to make them mild. So the last thing I'll say is this poster thing, and I guess it borders the line between mild and a little more detailed. I want to hear everything. I'm living vicariously. Okay. All right. Well, if you don't want to hear the poster thing and you don't want to hear anything else, click away now. Come back later when you're ready to hear me talk about how much I love BTS and everything they do. I will be here. 3, 2, 1. Okay. So the poster thing. Posters have always been something that has been kind of contentious in this fandom because we love BTS, right? And we want to communicate that to them in some way. And then there's also some people who, for better or for worse, have, what do you call them? Pick-me tendencies, where they want the attention on them. They want BTS's attention and other people's attention on them, so they create really big attention-getting things for these concerts. And again, this isn't even always a bad thing, right? Because I've seen some really incredible outfits that people have chosen to wear. Even at this concert, 2 people showed up with like tangerine heads that were like light up stuff. And they honestly look like pumpkin heads from afar, but it was really cute. But the issue in the past has been that like people show up with massive signs, things that light up, and they just hold them up really high and they obstruct everyone's view around them, and they ruin the concert experience for other people because they're hoping for their one chance that BTS will see what they've brought and will see them. And I get that desire. Like, for these 7 men who've changed our life so much, you want the chance for them to see that you exist for the briefest of moments. So I get it, even if it has been inconsiderate in some instances, but that's always been like a thing of contention, right? So in this concert, during the section between the main concert and the encore, the space I feel like between the main, like between the main concert and the encore was actually extra long, longer than a typical BTS concert, I think. And I didn't feel that time pass at all because they had cameras on ARMY like everywhere in the arena, and they were showing people's posters, like everyone's posters. They were showing people's flags, they were showing people's costumes, they were showing, like, even someone had just like typed on their phone like, "I don't have a poster but I love you," something like that. And like they were showing that like on the big screen in the front, and ARMYs were cheering each other on, and like just like having a great time looking at what we all had brought. And because and I think that was actually an incredible way to acknowledge that people put time and effort into these things, but it's being acknowledged in a moment where you're not taking away from other ARMY's experiences, you're not taking away from the concert, you're not taking away from Yoongi's ability to focus on his performance. And all of this is being saved. One, there's a chance that he's backstage recovering, changing, getting ready to come back out, and he's just watching the camera go by everyone and soaking in those posters and the fan experience that way. And there's another chance that, I mean, everything gets saved, right? That there's a chance that later he gets to see all of those and just sit somewhere quietly and soak it in and feel the love. And I think that is so smart. I think that is such a better acknowledgement of ARMY's efforts, and having it be a better chance that BTS will see them, and also making it a moment where we can all just celebrate each other and how much BTS means to us without it taking away from anyone's concert experience. Because as we were talking earlier, the amount of emotion that I felt looking at all these posters was like more than I thought I would have. It was over the top. I got really emotional. Like seeing someone, like seeing a poster that says, "Yoongi, your music changed my life," and everyone losing their minds over it. I'm like, yes, that's true. And it's true for so many of us. And like, if nothing else, I want that to reach them. Ugh, man, this is really hard to talk about without tearing up. I love them. I love them so much. Ugh, man. Okay, so that was the poster thing. And that's why I feel like you don't need to shove your poster in anyone's faces. There will be a time before the encore where it is your time to shine with your poster, with your outfit, with your whatever. And like that is when you put up your poster. Otherwise, like, let other people enjoy the concert. The other reason, okay, and now we're moving into total spoilers. So if you want to live vicariously through what I'm gonna say, this is your time. Everyone else, if you don't want any more spoilers, click out, come back later when you've had your fill of your concert, and we can chat about it together then. I'm gonna give you a second to click out. I promise you I will be here in the future if you don't want any spoilers. Okay? 3, 2, 1. The other thing is I'm gonna talk about this in detail, but the stage design is such that that Yoongi is not very high off the ground. And when he is, there is so much light and fire around him. He is not gonna be looking for any posters. He can't see through the smoke, through the heat, through the lights, and he can't also see very far. So there is no point in you holding up your poster then. And by the time like he gets closer and closer to the ground, and at the end of the concert he's literally on the same level as all of us, he can't see shit, okay? He can't see your poster. So unless you're literally at barricade, and then you're still running the risk that he doesn't come over to your side of the barricade, because he has a huge stage. Like the space carved out for the stage is huge, and there was parts where he was really close, where he interacted with ARMY who were at barricade. But then there were other parts of barricade, like the very front of barricade, the premier spot that everyone wants to be in. He didn't really interact with the ARMY there. So don't worry about your poster. Leave your poster down. And then before the encore, when he's not around, when the cameras are just panning across everyone, that is when you show your poster. What is your opinion on the selected songs for the set list? Oh, we're gonna talk about that, and I also have videos for you guys, because I took a bunch of videos. So they're decent quality, I hope. Will this make the stream get copyright striked? I don't know. If it does, I'll re-upload this later and just cut out the video segment of it. But yeah, I wanted to share with you guys the videos I took. I'm so glad they started showcasing the posters and flags during the break. I want to say it began during PTD, a great fandom experience. I agree with you. Yeah, during PTD was the first time they started doing that. And then I feel like Yoongi maybe realized, like, this is fun. Do more of it. Because this break, it was just nonstop. And it felt like by the end of it, they were running out of people to show, because like the quality of what they were showing was like decreasing. But it was like they didn't care. They wanted to get more ARMY in. They wanted to make you feel included. And it was just really sweet. It was an acknowledgement that, like, we make the concert experience is made by all of us together. Not just the beautiful, talented man on stage. It's all of us together. Also, I'm gonna give a shout out to my Army Suite manager, Sweet Mom, because she gave out freebies. Thank you, Kirsty, you're the best. She gave out freebies, and one of them was Tic Tacs that said Mint Yoongi. And they're so cute. And here's the back. I don't know. Isn't it cute? It makes me so happy. And they're really good mints. So I'm just gonna have a couple. Mint Yoongi. Adorable. Adorable. I'm starting to get hot. But I'm not taking off my fancy sweater. Okay. So, this concert. I am going to talk about it as if you guys have not seen anything on Twitter or any other social media. It's more fun that way. Hold on, my mouth is full of full of mints now. One second. Let me pull up the set list. Oh, that's minty. Okay. Alright, so this concert is just fucking incredible. Oh, one other thing I forgot to say. This is kind of a non-spoiler, but is a mild spoiler, I guess. You know how usually when you go to a BTS concert, they have BTS music videos that play that like hype you up, and like everybody sings along and gets all hyped up. Like BTS are their own opening act. Like they don't need to physically be there. We just need to listen to their music videos and we lose our minds. So Yoongi, instead of playing music videos, he had Rain ASMR going. So like the stage is like, I mean, it's like a big screen, and this like in the back pit is all his band, and then there's like a big platform that's made up of I think like 8 smaller platforms that are like maybe, I would say probably like 5 or 6 feet, no, higher. I would say like maybe 7 feet off the ground. If you don't know this, what is feet in inches or in meters, I don't fucking know. I don't know. Let's say 10 meters off the ground. It doesn't matter. They're like, there's like a bunch of them. I think like 8, and they all have cables on them, so that they can rise. But when the concert starts, you just have this big rectangle that extends out into the audience, and you have ARMY in front and you have some ARMY on the side. But it's like, it's a lot bigger than the normal extended stage that BTS does. Like it's a lot wider. And in the back on the screen is just like, it's black and there's rain falling down it, and you hear the sounds of like rain, like a rainstorm, like at night. It is so calming. And for me, who had run into who had been like trying desperately to get to the suite and was dealing with like sickness and like worry, I come into this suite and I'm like, why do I hear rain? What's going on? And then I realize that he has like rain ASMR going, and I'm just like, this is so peaceful. I feel my heart calming down already. And then I realized, what if he did that on purpose? Because, you know, he's always had trouble with crowds, and you know, like he himself may have done it because he wants to hear Ray and ASMR so that he can like get centered for the concert, and maybe that's better for him than having like hype videos and like starting at the concert like that. And I was just like, I love this. I love every part of this. I actually really enjoyed the Ray and ASMR. I want more concerts to start like that. Bung Luna, why did you say no? What is the no for? No what? But yeah, so the concert starts like that. And then his playlist, his set list starts with Hagum. And well, let me say this. You know how usually BTS concerts start with people... Oh, your Wi-Fi went out. That's a you problem. That's not me. I'm still streaming. Right. We're still good. Still good. Excellent connection. I have an excellent connection. YouTube told me so. Ah! For once, it's working. I am not touching anything. I will not break it. iPhone works. Okay, well, that's good. But yeah, so... you know how, like I said, BTS, like, they, like, come out of the stage and everything's, like, really hyper as they start. Yoongi got carried out by, like, 6 men, as if he was passed out. Let me see if I have a video of this. Alright. Hold on. If I play this, I think you guys should hear the sound.
Thank you.
Oh! Okay. I actually have a video of what the venue looked like right when I got there, like when it was 50% full and the concert was supposed to start soon, and we were like, what the fuck? Okay. Let me rewind this. Okay, can you guys see it? Let's see. This is a short one. Just tell me if you hear the sound.
Thank you.
I think you should hear the sound. But yeah, so like you can see, like, this is... Hold on, do I have the time of when I took this video? Details. This was taken at 7:42 p.m. The concert is supposed to start at 8. Look at it. Where is everyone? They're outside. Because they won't let us in. And here, you can see here, here's the stage. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 15 sections. The band is here. And then here's the big screen with the rain. And you know how like they sold tickets at the last minute? Like they opened up additional seats. These were the additional seats, and like the additional seats are like here. Which I can understand why they did that, because his performance is here. So like if you're back here, you can still see him. And just in case, they had like can you, if I just turn off my camera, I don't know if you'll be able to see, but right here is a screen. See if you can. Here it is. There's a screen so that the people who are sitting in that corner and can't see this screen still like will see what's on here. So I thought, what am I trying to do there? I thought it was really considerate of him to think this through, because I know in past concerts people have been like, man, I love you BTS, but I wish I could have seen more of the concert. So yeah, so that's the first video. And then I think, oh, I got a lot of this. So this is a 5-minute video. I will just let it play. So, like I said, this, by the way, I'm gonna kind of talk over this a little bit. There are much better recordings of this all over YouTube. So I admit right now, I am not the best. I'm not the best recording you've ever seen, but I did have a really good vantage point to see everything. And I wanted to talk about it with you guys. So yeah, so if you like any of this, and wish you'd had a better view of it, please just like search this on YouTube. There's a bajillion better angles of this. But yeah, so the opening VCR is him going basically like all of these iconic points throughout his entire music career up to this point. And this is why I really think that, like this is him revisiting his past. All of these things that all of these experiences that make up who he is, his identity. And him trying to understand what has been the impact of those experiences, whether they are positive or negative, whether he has grown in a way that is worth keeping, or whether he needs to discard the scarred version of himself that has come out of his trauma so that he can grow in a better direction. And it's really hard to do that. It's really hard to look at yourself and all the trauma that you've gone through, because that's really fucking painful. By the way, this is my interpretation, so you please feel free to tell me if you think differently or if you interpret it a different way. There's multiple ways to do this. And I also really liked that in this concert, he specifically introduces himself, and he has VCRs that showcase him as Suga, as Agust D. Yeah, finally everyone showed up, but our army bombs are not on yet. And Min Yoongi. Like, he acknowledges that he has 3 personas, right? There's 3 aspects of himself. And all 3 versions of himself are always looking at each other and trying to understand what is good, what is bad, what is my trauma, why am I the way I am, how do I move forward from this? I don't know, can you hear Hagum is starting to play? I really like this rain. This is my favorite part. Can you hear, or should I make this louder? Make this a little louder. His band did an amazing job. All of his like band arrangements, all of his like song arrangements with the band for the concert were really good. So this is Yoongi being carried out. He's wearing all black. He's being carried out by 4 people. By the way, I apologize in advance if you hear me screaming or singing along to these. I was not in control of myself. Can you hear this okay? Do you want me to turn it up? As you can hear, Army, like, doesn't really shut up, but it comes in waves. We get loud, we get quiet. We get loud, we get quiet. So, sorry, I'm gonna pause this really quick. I don't know if you can see. So here's Army, and then I think this is it. Like, these are the risers already for like the sections. So not a lot of people on the sides at all. That's me. Sorry. That's not me. That's someone else screaming. I'm sorry, but he's just so badass. Like, he just starts the concert, like, just like that. Is that not badass? He, like, and to me, this opening is kind of like, Right, so I said that I feel like this concert was him trying to impart like what the impact that he wants to leave on ARMY, the legacy he wants to leave as he goes off to the military, like what he hopes to leave for others who come after him through his experiences, his life, his musical career up to this point. So he is opening this concert, in my opinion, and saying like, I am telling you that what has been forbidden before, the trauma that you couldn't revisit, the things that you restricted yourself from in your life, in your past, in your behavior, in what you do, discard all of that. Like, this is a Hagem. This is a lifting of the band. Like, we are going to revisit, we are going, our traumas, we are going to revisit the past, everything is allowed, you can't, we are no longer going to restrict ourselves from anything, right? So that is, how he opens the concert. He does his, like, drunken dancing across the stage. It's amazing. He has so much charisma. Like, look at this man. Like, just so much charisma. He doesn't need choreo. Just who he is just so captivating. Like, you can't look away. Oh, I love him so much. So he does the song, and then he goes right into Deshta. Did I record that? Yes, I did. So he finishes Hagem, and then they give him this amazing, apparently it's Valentino, like an embroidered, it says D-Day on the back, an embroidered jacket. It's just so incredible. And he makes his backup dancers like do all the work of dancing, which I think is awesome. To open his show with no flashy things, no frills, just him on stage with a spotlight. He commands that stage. Hell yeah, he does. So yeah, and I love that they all bow. Like, his backup dancers were like on point. He used them in a lot of different ways. And I'll talk about that a little bit more as we keep going through the set list. But so he goes through Dechta, I Lose My Mind. Did I record that one or no? It's still red. Yeah. Look at ARMY. The whole place is red. It is so incredible. Yeah. Honestly, like, I have no words. Like, a 10 out of 10. Absolutely 10 out of 10. He is so imposing. He creates such a figure of charisma, magneticism. Like, you can't look away. And I wonder, like, if you had never heard his music before, if you'd never been to a concert of his or BTS before, I don't think you could come see this. If you could come see ARMY and not be blown away. It's just impossible not to be impressed by something so over the top. It's incredible. So I'm gonna move the set list over here so that I can see it. Yeah, okay. So he goes through those songs one right after the other, and then he does Agust next. I can't remember if I recorded that or not. Oh yeah, he like starts talking. By the way, I was gonna say, like, his English is better than it's ever been. And I know he memorized what he was saying, but his pronunciation is so good that in an echoey arena, like where you need to enunciate so people can understand what you're saying, it was amazing how much we could understand him. So, like, here's this part. World Tour. That's me, sorry. Sorry, I can't. I lost my mind. The crowd was on. Hold on. The crowd was on fire. Yeah. Sorry, I have no chill when it comes to this song. What you can really see if you look is everyone's army bomb is going together. Like, it is, there's so much fire. There's so much energy when he performed the song, when he performed all songs, but like, especially this one, like you can just see what, look at everyone's. Here we go, watch. Everyone's army bomb was moving together. Okay, be quiet, Yami. Great singing, thanks. It's just me shouting as loud as I can go. Oh, and I'm shouting this loud because I can't hear myself. I can't hear anything except him. It is so loud. Him and the roar of everyone is so loud that I can't, like, I'm screaming because I can't hear myself, but, you know, my camera picks up my voice first because I'm so close to it and everything else is further away, so, whatever. Some of my recordings are funny now. But yeah, so he does that, and then he goes straight into Give It To Me. So, like, all of his, well, all of his, is that all of his title tracks? Yeah, Hagum, Ditchta, Agust, and Give It To Me, kind of in like reverse order. And the thing is like the way I interpret this, right, is if he starts the concert by saying like, we're gonna revisit everything, nothing is forbidden anymore, we're going to explore everything about ourselves, then the next song, Ditchta, is about him really accepting that he's a king, he's a boss, that he's gotten everything he ever wanted. He's fulfilled that hunger inside of him to be the best, to be at the top. You know, he is like fulfilling that greed, and then at the top that there's that he doesn't, like, there's nothing else he needs, like he is the top. And then Agusty and Give It To Me is about talking about that greed, that Agusty is saying like, I have always been the best, I have always been a better artist and better than you, better than anyone could ever acknowledge me for. That is why Ditchta, I'm the king. And I have this, and that's because in Give It To Me, he's like, I have this greed. I want everything. I want fame. I want success. I want wealth. I want everything. So like, no holds barred. He's saying, we're going to revisit my shadow, like the deepest, darkest hungers in me that have pushed me into where I am right now in my career. This is the core of myself, the things that are not pretty, that are not supposed to be acknowledged by an artist, or that none of us really want to acknowledge about ourselves because those are very base things. I'm going to acknowledge them. I'm going to be very aggressive in expressing them. And then everyone in the room was like, we support you in everything you're doing. So he goes through all these songs. Let's see. What's the next recording I have? Yeah, so this is Give It To Me. As he starts singing the song and going through it, parts of his stage start disappearing. Like boom, 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 boom. They rise away. And oh, that's also something I wanted to say. This is a it doesn't even matter at this point, we're in the spoiler section, but like a non-spoiler is, I think concert etiquette, especially for a BTS concert, should include that you don't spoil things by talking about the concert and what's going to happen prior or during the concert. And I say this because some of the people sitting behind us had seen the concert at UBS Arena, and they were talking amongst themselves about what was going to happen. And I had eyes and ears only and blinders on only for Yoongi, so I managed, and due to timing, just didn't hear what they were saying. But my husband did. He heard everything of what they were saying, and while my husband also had like stayed off social media so that he wouldn't have anything spoiled for himself, in that last moment, they spoiled a bunch of things for him because they were just talking about it and saying like, oh, this is going to happen. And then this is going to happen. And then this is going to happen. And then during the concert, they would say, oh, this song is next. Oh, this is about to happen. And I find that really rude because first off, I don't really understand why you would need to talk about that. Like, just enjoy the concert. But two, you never know who around you has or hasn't seen the concert, so it's just better to not say stuff like that, especially when you know how much we all love each member of BTS and how much we all really care about being at this concert. So yeah, that's just my 2 cents. I just think people should be more respectful about other people's desire not to have things spoiled for them. Okay, so I'm gonna play you this 11-second clip of Give It To Me. So actually what I really liked is like his VCR, sometimes it was his face, sometimes it was shit like this. And I thought it was really interesting symbolism because to me, this kind of felt like he's singing about his greed and wanting everything. Give it to me. And this imagery makes it seem like those are also shackles. That greed and that hunger and being unable to restrain it and just letting it go wild inside of you shackles you into doing things that and caring about things and thinking about things that maybe you shouldn't, that aren't good for you and aren't good for your growth as a human being. So that's what I think this was saying. Also, it was just so cool. Like, these stages lived and there's fucking fire like underneath them. Like, look at these flamethrowers. It's crazy. Can you imagine how hot it must have been for him to like be performing next to them? And he's wearing long sleeves. Jesus. Okay, so he does this, and then he has his intro. One more. I just thought this was so cool. It's just so fucking cool. And then he does his intro. What is this? Yeah. So he does his intro. And again, he's speaking in all English. It's really easy to understand him. I'm really impressed. And he talks about, I mean, I think this is his standard thing that he was saying at every concert, but it's fine because it was important. Like, he really thought through what he wanted to say. And so he said that, like, hey, I have made a lot of really intense music. Case in point, all the songs we just went through. But going forward, I want to make music with less anger. I want to talk about things with less anger, something like that. And obviously everyone screamed their heads off in support. But it felt cleansing. Like, he kind of was saying all of these things, all of these demons through these songs, I'm exercising them. And so I've removed them from me by performing these songs. And so the next song I want to do is a little more chill. And he talks about that, like he's going to do some more chill songs. And so the first song he does is he brings out his guitar. His guitar is amazing. You can see that it's all signed by all the members. And he like strums it so that he can prepare to play Seesaw. And the guitar string breaks. And you can tell that like he didn't expect that to happen at all. So here he is getting out his guitar, he's sitting down. And then the guitar string snaps. And he just looks at the guitar like, what? There's like a whole video of him online and on Twitter, if you haven't seen it, where he just like looks at his guitar and he's just like, what do I do now? Because I think that was like the one thing he didn't expect to happen. So one of his like bandmates, or like one of the people in the band for him, comes and hands him his guitar, his electric guitar. So that's what Yoongi plays instead. Wonderful video. Good job, Yami. Okay, so I don't think I have videos for this, or what is this song? Okay, the next song I recorded was People. So yeah, he does Seesaw, he does SDL, you know, Somebody Does Love You. And I thought that was really touching because what he does is he literally went around to like the sides of the stage. You can tell by now, a little later, a couple songs later, they've removed more of the stage. So he's like losing stage space, right? So I think they removed these. But he was like standing on the sides here, and when the chorus says like somebody does love you, he's pointing at the audience. Like somebody does love you. I'm thinking about you. I'm thinking about you. And he's I don't know if you can see, there's stairs right here, and this is the platform at the top with like railing, and there's another thing on the same side. He's literally leaning over the railing and like pointing at the audience while he's singing. And in that moment, I felt his love. Like he wanted this song. It felt like he wanted us to be able to listen to it and to know like no matter what, like even if you feel alone or shit's, you know, going weird in your life, there is someone thinking about you. There is someone who does love you, and it's him. It's him. And it was just really sweet, and it was really touching. It was really moving to see that, because he didn't care about performing or having some kind of choreo. He wanted the audience to understand his intent. He wanted to connect with the army and, you know, that were right there. It was really sweet. So he does SDL, then he does People. I screamed my head off for People. And again, you know how at the end of People he says like, your ordinary is my extraordinary, your extraordinary is my ordinary. He was doing that and like pointing to the crowd, you know, like your ordinary is my extraordinary, your extraordinary is my ordinary. And like you could tell in that moment he really wanted to convey how I don't know, just that like his life has been like a movie at times, and that he thinks that we ordinary people have lives that should be envied, because the things that we are able to do, the ordinary things we are able to do, he can't, and he thinks those are such precious experiences, and he wants us to appreciate them more. I think that's what I took away from it. But yeah, there was just so many times where I felt like he was trying to convey things to the audience of like, you should see yourself as, you know, and your life is more precious. You should know that someone loves you, like I love you, like what a man. Anyway, so after People, he performed immediately People Part 2, and for IU's part in the chorus, he was just, I think, mostly quiet, and he just let all of Army sing it. So, and when we were singing it, he would kind of just like listen to us, and in a sense it felt like we were comforting him in that moment, because, you know, if you guys remember, People Part 2 was the song he wrote to comfort himself in the pandemic. And over time, the way I've come to interpret People Part 2 is that it was a song that he wrote in a way to, like, it was his breakup song with Army, where he thought, like, oh, what I had before, the career I had, the amount of love and attention, I'll never get that again. And, like, my hunger for that love, like, you know, really fucked me up. But I need to remember that, like, time changes, things change, but I am always enough to be loved the way I am. Like, Army, you're so far away, but, like, I still deserve your love, and, like, I always will, but life will change and things will change. Like, you know what I'm trying to say? And so in that moment, like, where we're in this concert and he's listening to all of us sing the chorus that IU sings, to him, it feels like we're comforting him. We're telling him that, like, time changes. It's okay. Like, everyone knows this, but also, like, we're not going anywhere and it's okay. Like, we still love you. Even if things change, our love always exists now. Does that make sense? Anyway, I don't know. I really like that part. It also made me tear up because I could see him getting back stuff from us as the audience, and I felt appreciated. I felt appreciated a lot in that moment. But yeah, and then the song after that is Moonlight, which is one of my favorite songs of his. I just love how beautiful everything looks. The way RB bombs change colors. Sorry if I made you cry, okay? So yeah, so if you recall, the way I interpret this song is him saying, like, why am I still an artist? Like, things have gotten better. I've gotten more successful. I've gotten more money, but, like, also things never change. Like, I'm still staying up all night in the moonlight and working on my music and seeing the sunrise. Like, that's all still the same. Like, no matter what all the other things that have changed in my life, I'm still making music the same way. And so after him talking about, like, in the beginning of the concert, his greed and his deep dark parts of himself, and then him singing about losing his connection with Army, but still but then getting it back, and then us comforting each other by singing all of those soft songs. This is him singing, like, hey, okay, well, now let's talk about the fact that no matter what changes over time, I'm still me making music the same way, staying up all night for my art. And that at the end of the day, maybe that's all I have to remember. There you can see, like, he was leaning over just like this, like, pointing at Army, just looking at everyone. He kept doing that. So, let's see. After that, he sang "Burn It," and I think we all lost our minds. Did I record "Burn It"? Yeah. This stage was so beautiful. Look how it's lit up. We'll get back to it. We'll circle back around to it in a second. But I just loved it. Like, it looks like he's in hell. like his stage is 3D. Like everything around him is burning. It looks like he has like I don't know, like he's like literally in lava. It's just so beautiful. Can you hear the army? It feels like we're enabling him. That like intense desire to get rid of everything. Like, so this song to me, Burn It, is about being unhappy with where you've gotten. It's a burning cross. Oh yeah, you're right. Oh, I fucking love that. Oh, I love that so much. But yeah, so like this song to me is like where you realize you've gotten to a place in life where you don't like who you are. You don't like what you've become. You don't like you made a wrong turn somewhere. I see the ashes falling in the window. There's someone in the mirror that I don't know and everything is all wrong. So burn it till it's all gone. Like I want to start over. I want to cleanse. And this now gets into what I think we start seeing, because he has his opening VCR, and then there's two VCRs. I think there's one somewhere in the middle, and then there's one before the encore. Yeah. And in all of them, like what I get out of it is because they're very Inception-y. Like I think you could probably find these VCRs on YouTube or on Twitter. Like it's him like there's like a point where one of them looks like it's like a scene from Tenet or from Inception, like where he becomes himself. He you know, it's the same way that like in Dichta, Higem and Amygdala, like he kills himself, he's watching himself, he's trying to chase himself. And that to me, the way I interpret all of that is it's him saying like all of us are constantly looking back on ourselves in the past, our experiences, our traumas, the choices we made, and evaluating and reevaluating again over and over and over. Like, did I make the right choice? Did that experience traumatize me? What am I taking away from it? Do I like who I am because of that? Am I scarred because of that experience? And does that scar continue to impact me now, where I keep reliving that past trauma every time something similar happens? So it's all about watching yourself. And I think through his music videos and the VCRs in this concert, it's him saying that like it is okay to look at yourself in the past and realize that, or just look at yourself in general and realize that, hey, what I've become, this version of myself, this aspect of my identity is not helpful to me. It is toxic, or it's made me grow in a funny way. I want to kill off that part of myself and start over, or choose a different route and cross this one out as like, I can't go down this way. I'm going to cleanse myself with fire. I'm going to shoot myself with a gun, like or behead myself like he does in his music videos. But all of that is coming back to like, there is a certain level of violence when you kill off part of yourself, because it's the most personal thing you could do for yourself, but it is also probably sometimes the healthiest thing you can do for yourself. And that's why in that light, I've reinterpreted his music videos, that like Dechta, for example, he kills off the emperor, right? Or the king. And I think it's him looking at himself as this incredibly successful king, boss, who's become the top of the industry, who's fed into all that greed and hunger and ambition to be the best. And he's become a version of himself that is at the top, but is also a paranoid person, is someone who's very alone, is someone who can't be helped by anyone. So he kills off that version of himself because he's reached a dead end. And that's why he lets the version of himself that's like the more scruffy guy be the one that survives. And then in Hagum, you have the version of him that's the successful cop detective who pursues him, pursues him as the criminal, the like, again, the scruffy version of himself that's a rebel and refuses to conform to the rules and refuses to do what everyone says he's supposed to do. And at first it seems like the version of him that's succeeded in the system, the detective, wins, but then it turns out that no, he's the one that gets killed. Because I think the way I interpret it is that Yoongi is saying, hey, the version of myself that is willing to play by the rules and beat the system and find a way to mutilate it to or like manipulate it to my liking, even if I can do it, it turns me into someone who's again reached a dead end, in that I've become part of the system and all I do is shut down anyone else from succeeding. And so maybe that's him like thinking like, hey, if I continue to play by the rules of the music industry as it is, then I'm kind of shutting down any chance for people to come after me, because who is ever going to be able to fill my shoes if they have to compete in the same rules and like, you know, start out as a rags to riches story the way we have. Like no one can ever recreate what we did. And if I don't say anything about that, then I'm saying that everybody has to conform to the system and it doesn't matter that nobody else can win, if that makes sense. So he kills off that version of himself, and the one that survives is the rebel, the one that is willing to break the rules, that is willing to kill the system. And oh, that's what you said. But every time he kills the system, he becomes the new system. Maybe you have to keep on reassessing yourself at each stage in life. Yes, I completely agree. And that like it's normal to continue killing off the version of yourself that becomes toxic. And sometimes you don't know that you've gone down a path that's toxic or is a dead end until you reach it. And the only way you realize that is by continuously watching yourself and continuously monitoring yourself and making the decision of, this is not a good way for me to exist. This is not a good mentality for me to have. I don't want to have this attitude. I don't want to behave like this. I'm killing off this version of myself and taking a different route and starting again. So yeah, so that's why I feel like the version of himself that survives in Hagum is the one who is the rebel and is the one who doesn't follow the rules, doesn't care about YouTube. You know, he slaves to YouTube is his comment in the video, right? And I feel like that's the mentality he's had when he supports, like all the ways he supported his juniors, like on his podcast, on his show, on Suchbita, and in private, where he tells them like, hey, I'm going to be the support system for you, even though I'm not supposed to. I'm going to encourage you to do what you want and to break the rules and not follow the mold of how we succeeded. Do it your way. I'm not going to be the person standing in your way. That's kind of what I think his mentality is now. You have to be willing to start over, which is scary. Yes, being willing to, remember he always says that like it takes a lot of courage to give up. It takes a lot of courage to give up on the version of you that is, to kill it off, and you're right, to start over. So that's what I think he's getting at. And so with that interpretation in mind, this song in this order of the set list is him like that. I think it's the point, honestly, like the more time has passed and in the context of all of his albums, I feel like Burn It is the song where Yoongi is saying, I made it to the top and I'm not happy. The way I am, the path I followed, I have not gotten to a place where I'm happy with who I am. I'm gonna fucking burn it all down, and we're going to go through systematically all the things that I need to burn away in order to become a better, healthier human. I think all the guys are also saying that they don't give a shit about charts. Yeah, I agree. And I think it's difficult because I think intrinsically some part of you wants to succeed as an artist by the metric that everybody else says is the metric that matters. But it's not, sometimes it's difficult to make the choice not to care. And that's why Yoongi is like saying like you need to make a deliberate choice to kill off the part of yourself that cares about things and has a mentality that isn't helpful to you. You need to make a conscientious choice to commit violence against your identity in order to help yourself heal and grow and be better. What do you guys think about my interpretation? Been thinking about this a lot. Okay, so yeah, the song, okay, the thing that comes after this is a whole medley, which I did not record because I literally lost my mind. I was feral doing all of these songs. He does a huge medley, and the medley is Interlude Shadow, then his part of Cypher Part 3, then his part in Cypher Part 4, then his part in then his part in Dang. And he goes through all of those. I lost my voice. I screamed so much. I screamed every lyric. And I feel like this is him saying like the symbolism of these songs in this order, the medley, is him saying, I'm going to burn all of this away. All of the anger I felt, all of the rage, all of the superiority. I'm burning it all away. We're starting over. So that's there. And then what did I record next? Oh, I did record Interlude Shadow because I adore the song so much. So at this point, more of the stage has been taken away, right? No, just kidding. The stage is still there. I think he goes away after Burn It, and he comes, and actually, I lied to you. There's multiple VCRs, because he comes back and he's dressed in white now. And I remember he left, we got a VCR, and he came back with an outfit change. Sorry, and I forgot to tell you that when he was singing, was it People? He had these stages lifted up right here, and he has two like sound, like living room setups on both sides. By the way, these are the flamethrowers. Don't they look badass? But yeah, so he would go down the stairs and he would sit on this little cube and sing to the camera on top of the TV. And what him and the TV was projected like on the big screen. So like for me on this side, I could see him. When he was over there, I could not. And because he did it during People, and he said that that song really helped him and gave him comfort during the pandemic, I think in a way it was like he was singing it to Army through the screen, right? Because that's how they usually communicate with us. And so I feel like this was him trying to say like I hope you get the same comfort from the song that I did, and that like you're not a good person, you're not a bad person, you're just a person, and we all go through life. Shit happens. We all we can do is just go through life and do our best. And it's okay if you fail, and it's okay if things don't work out. Just be. That's what I took away from that. So anyway, sorry, going back to Interlude Shadow. So well done. Yeah, so in this song, I feel like his backup dancers were like his personal demons, like his shadow side, like chasing him. Um, and then I did record the end of the song because I really like the drop. He like stands out so nicely in this white outfit. Yeah. So this song comes right after Burn It, and again I feel like it's him saying like I want to get rid of this desire I have for to be the best, to be you know, to be on top, because I tried that and it didn't help. It only made me feel worse about myself. What is the next thing I recorded? Oh, this is the part where he literally was like, "I'm alone. I miss BTS. I miss my members. It's hard to perform without without them. Luckily for me, Jimin's here today. Can I get the camera on Jimin?" He was literally like, "Hey, camera, go find Jimin." And so the camera was like, "Oh, okay." And they literally go find him. He's like over here somewhere, like further over. So yeah, I thought he was over here, which was like in the back. He's not over here. I'm just filming a random section. I'm looking for him. I can't find him. I thought he was back here because the camera or the like spotlight was on here, but it's Hold on. So I zoom out. Here's the back, and then I start moving over. No. It's probably like here. Here he is. Cool, I can actually see him. Yeah, so you can see that his like whole section is just like empty. There's like a couple people dressed in black, but like he got this whole section to himself. And everyone here is like, "Yeah, we're near Jimin." People down here are like, "Yeah, we're near Jimin." But yeah, so that's where he was. Okay. So yeah, then he performed which was amazing. And he said, "My friend J-Hope, I remember J-Hope did the song Give It Love." We were like, "Hell yeah, we'll give it love." And then yeah, so after that, they removed the front sections here, and there's a piano here. And you can tell the stage is now just this little cross. His band is still back there. And he has this like beautiful like short little VCR of him with Sakamoto, the composer that's in the song. And it seems like it was a B-side from the part in his documentary on Disney Plus, where like it's just like a little segment that I don't think it was part of the documentary, where it was just him and Sakamoto playing the piano together. It's really sweet. And at the end of it, it says like "Rest in peace, my friend," or something like that. And then yeah, and then he starts playing the piano. No, I lie. Sorry. First he plays Life Goes On, then they play that VCR, then he plays Snooze. So this is him playing Life Goes On, which just sounds so good. Or maybe this is the end of him playing. No, I think he was just... Yeah, sorry. Sorry, he's hiding behind the lamp right here. So he looks like he's glowing. tell, but like there's more army up here. You can't even see all of them because like this blocks the view. Like there was just so many of us everywhere. We were everywhere. He sounded so good. Like, I'm so impressed. He played the guitar, he rapped, he sang, he played the piano. Like, this man, protect him at all costs. He is so talented. I saw on Twitter that an army saw the Bangtan TV Nuno with her camera and almost reported her as assassin until she saw Jimin. Oh, that's so funny. Hey, we're here to protect our boys. Trust but verify. But yeah, this song is so beautiful and he did such a good job. But you see what I mean? Like, unless you're here, you're gonna have a hard time seeing him on the floor. Like, all of us that were in the stands had a much better time seeing him. Yeah. So then... So, yeah, this is Snooze. Apologies in advance, you're gonna hear me singing here. I loved his stage. It's so beautiful. Look at these lights. He looks like a glowing angel. I mean, he is a glowing angel. The amount of stamina to sing like this, the amount of energy, confidence, love of his craft. Like, he just went song after song after song. Like, I've been talking with you guys for 2 hours, my throat hurts. And here he is rapping, singing. He's doing so much, and I'm so impressed. I'm honestly so impressed. I loved these lights. They were so pretty. I love that the stage is gone, but the lights still make it seem like that whole space is the stage. He thought through so many different things. And everyone is singing along, especially during this part. Ugh, it was so emotional. So after this, he sang Polar Night. Did I record that one? I don't know if I did. No, so he does Polar Night. And then, he does the thing, he did the thing at somewhere in here where he was just like, I love you, but the concert has to end. Like, he was just like, concert has to end. And everyone is just screaming, no! And he's like, it has to end. No! And he's laughing at us because we're like very confidently telling him no, and he's eating it up. It was really cute. But yeah, and then he ends the main portion of the concert with Amygdala, and it's really emotional. And it looks like everyone has candles, is the way like I interpreted the lights. Like, and look at him. Look at all that's left of his stage. It's this tiny thing. So to me, the symbolism in the stage coming away is multiple, there's like multiple meanings. I think part of it is him taking away his barriers, like shrinking himself from like this larger than life image, to just like the bare essentials, like taking it away with each song, with he's destroying the parts of his identity, the anger, the trauma that are in all of these songs. He's removing it. He is freeing himself from it. He is unshackling himself from it. And so he's ending the concert with Amygdala, with the song about like revisiting all of your trauma and being unable to stop thinking about it. And like, because that to me was the whole point of all of this. It's like this cathartic experience of him getting rid of all of it until there's nothing left, until the only part that's left is like the core, and everyone is screaming and singing along with him. Another way you could interpret it is that he is elevated on a stage right above everyone, and he's slowly taking away the ways in which he can be elevated above other people. He doesn't want to be there, you know, like he's taking away the barrier between him and other people. I think of it as shedding layers to get to his core. Yes, I agree. He's shrinking it until there's no more barrier. It's just him. And so I also think like he doesn't want to be above Army, because as you'll see in the encore, these last 3 stages, they go away as well. There is no more stage here. It's all gone. It's just him frolicking on the floor here for his encore songs, and he's literally coming up to the fans on the side, because he's like, I don't want to be above you. That didn't help me. That made me feel shitty. I want to get back to the roots of who I am. I want to get back to the roots of making music and of connecting with my fans, with other people, and imparting I want to leave a good impact on others. And his performance of this is just so beautiful. So, and then he ends the song, and he collapses again and is carried back out, this time in white, by the 4 people who brought him in. And I think to me this is him, like he's killed off the version of himself that wasn't, like him singing Amygdala was the last part of him that's left, and that's the fear of destroying the version of you that wasn't helpful. And so he kills himself off, and he's carried off, and then he comes back in the encore as the different version of himself that he wants to move forward with. And I mean these colors, like the stage, everything is so beautiful. My eyes were so happy. So yeah, so then we have the like intermission section where everyone gets to see all the posters, and it's amazing. By the way, I forgot to tell you, I think it's during People, but he had backup dancers come out, and like he like walks around, and they walk around on stage and dance while he's performing. I think it was during People, and they're all wearing street clothes, and my husband said that it looks like Yoongi's old outfits that like he's worn at different times or in music videos or whatever. And so it like makes it seem like, oh, Yoongi's walking amongst himself, like versions of himself. He's lost in his memories, which is what he says in a VCR, that like he's lost in his memories. But yeah, so anyway, so he goes through his memories, he finds a way to burn and kill off the part of himself that was just trapped in his trauma that had risen to such amazing heights in his musical career, but that had been fueled by his hunger and anger and greed and hadn't resulted in a person that was happy with where they were. He destroyed all of that. He worked through his trauma. He burned it all away and cleansed himself. And now the version that comes back out is ready to face the world as a better version of himself. He's literally sitting on the ground. So like he comes back out, he like he jumps around on this. There's like another one of these further down, and he dances and dances around with Army. And then he's saying like thanks to his band. So he's just sitting on the floor looking at his band as they like get their acknowledgement. So we're all cheering for all of them. And then I have one more, but I don't know if this is real. Okay. I might need to rotate this one. Okay, so we will delete you. Keep existing settings. Give me a second. I'm gonna rotate this. Rotate. Okay. Now I just need to export it. Export. 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 Cool. It'll be done in 10 seconds. So yeah, so his encore songs are, he opens with D-Day, then he performs intro Nevermind, and then he finishes it off with The Last. And each one made me cry like more and get more emotional than the one before. And the fact that he performed Nevermind while Jimin is there, I don't know, man, that fucked me up. Hello? I saved you. Where did you save to? My God, fine. I will show you this. I think this is intro Nevermind. Like, that's it. They left the little scaffolding, so he's standing on it so he can see people. He's bare bones now. Like, this is his core. Like, it's just him. He's me and Yoongi, and he loves us. He loves everyone. And he's telling everyone, like, never mind. Don't worry about all the things that make you not want to pursue what you want to pursue. Like, if you're worried that you're gonna crash, just accelerate harder, you idiot, right? Me singing the lyrics, I know. I don't give a shit, I don't give a fuck. It looks like a pulpit. Yeah. This is him saying, like, the best thing I can tell you, the best thing I can tell myself is like, don't worry about all of the things holding you back. Never mind. If you think you're gonna crash, accelerate. The one other funny thing is that like he would grab people's phones, I think during D-Day, and like video, like record himself. But he would specifically hold up his microphone and only do it for like Samsung Galaxy phones. So he was just like, he would grab someone's phone and be like, this is Galaxy, and then he would film himself, and then he put it back down, and then he went somewhere else, and then grabbed someone else's phone. He was like, this is Galaxy. And then during his outro ments, he specifically said like, and him with security camera footage on him, which I think to me this is him saying like the core of who I am in this song is like, I had a really rough childhood, I had a lot of issues that I worked through, and I will still acknowledge that I've been through that, and that I've, you know, spent time, you know, I've spent my musical career in the spotlight, under cameras, watching my every move, which is why he has like the security camera footage. Okay, that's it. But yeah, and kind of want to watch that again. And go too fast. Yeah, I think this song is him acknowledging, like, just because you've killed off the trauma and the scars that they gave you doesn't mean you ignore it. You can still acknowledge that, or the other way I see this song is it's him saying, like, you know, this point, because, you know, like the whole song, the last is him saying, like, you know, I went from nothing and now I perform in AX Hall or whatever. Like, maybe that's him saying, like, this was the moment where I had made it and I should have just stopped being hungry for more. That, like, this was enough that this should have been the point where I felt validated, and that it was enough, that I had thought I had talent, and I had proved to myself and others that I did have talent, and that even if I came from a place where I had, you know, suicidal thoughts, and that my mental health was really low, I found a way to have belief in myself and to have, you know, BTS and to grow my musical career and to establish myself. Like, maybe ending on the last is him saying, this is the point I want to restart from, that, like, this is the point I should be satisfied with, and now I should just focus on living my life. So, oh, okay. So, that is the entire concert, and that is how I've interpreted it based on everything I've seen from him. So powerful. Yeah, it really is. I found it so powerful, so moving. I really felt connected to him. I really felt like, I don't know, I felt closer to him than I've ever felt, like, in my entire time as ARMY. And so I just hope that he moves forward. And maybe he did this also in part because he's like, I am just like everyone else. I am just a person. I am going off to the military just like everyone else does in Korea. Like, I am just me. I'm nothing special, and that's okay. That makes me that makes me special because I'm no one special, right? So yeah, I hope it's really cathartic for him to go through this performance art across the world with armies everywhere, and to see and feel their reaction to how much of his soul he's bared in this concert. Do you see what I meant when I said that, like, it's performance art? There's so much meaning packed into everything, and like, also, you're only gonna get it if you're an army. Like, this isn't for this meaning isn't there for non-fans. It's only for us. Like, this beautiful, life-changing music, performance, person only exists for us because we love him. And, you know, the way I still remember what he said with Namjoon in Suchbita, where he's like, 99% of why I do what I do, the music I make, is for ARMY, is for my fans, and that they live for us, even as we say we live for them, and like we live through them, that we both change each other's lives. So yeah, even with an arena-sized crowd, I feel like this concert was so intimate. He made it so personal and intimate. Yes, I mean, I've always said that arenas with BTS feel extremely intimate. Even though it's so big, it feels intimate, and this felt so intimate. It feels like a date with a dear old friend. Yes, it really does. It, like, yeah, I feel so connected to him, and seeing all of this, I think back to how he and the other members have all expressed themselves and how much of their souls they've bared to us, and how I feel that, like, in this chapter 2 with all of their solo stuff, I feel more deeply connected to each of them, and that now when I like listen to their group music, I feel that I understand it even more deeply as well, because like we've spent so much time getting to know each aspect of the 7, and even the ones who haven't released music, like, well, Jungkook has released one song, but like even him, even Tae, understanding, for example, that Tae really wanted to explore other parts of himself, and understanding also how difficult it is for him to finish his music, despite how amazing it always sounds. Like, all of that feels like it enriches my understanding of them as a group more. I feel for their group struggles even more. And I'm also so excited for them to see each other post-military. Yeah. So, anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed my interpretation of everything. This has been like, all of these thoughts about all of this has been swirling around in my head, trying to make sense of it all, and like all feeling, and it actually was really helpful for me to like talk about it in a stream, because I was able to like finally put my thoughts out in order. So thanks for being my sounding board, guys. But yeah, we have Yoongi on Jimmy Fallon in like less than an hour, so that's exciting. I'm very excited to go watch that. Yeah. I'm really excited to see this concert again, especially now that I feel like I understand it more. I'm very excited for the live streamed version of it. I don't know if I'm gonna go to the movies for it for when they're in Japan, but I know that they are gonna live stream it when it's in Seoul. So maybe I'll just watch that. I'm really happy for him. I'm really happy for us. This is awesome. There's a new RM collab. I miss this. Who with? There's an RM collab? He collabing. RM collab. If I Google that, will it come up? Cold. Oh, really? Ooh, when does that come out? Oh, that's the other thing. So like I was off social media for the concert and it was only a couple of days, but it was enough to kind of break me of my dependency on social media, of my addiction. And now like I'm having trouble going back on it because I'm enjoying not being on social media and having my life back. Like between no social media and no strenuous activities, I have so much free time. And I've been using it on BTS, so win-win, I guess. But yeah, yeah, I guess, you know, so today's Monday, right? So today Billboard chart results were supposed to come out, and I think his album got #2 on Billboard Hot 200, and they have not released Hot 100, right? I don't know. Or maybe they did and he's not on it. I don't know. Honestly, there's so much bullshit on that chart at this point, and I don't. It's stopped being legitimate a long time ago, but I think it's become a joke at this point. And I understand that we're all frustrated, and that we all hope that we're not ruining Yoongi's understanding of how much we adore him and his music. But I think that what he's experiencing in these live settings, performing in front of ARMY and having ARMY comfort him as we sing and cheer along with the music while he comforts us, means 1,000 times more than any award, any placement on a chart. And I think this comes back to the whole why he keeps killing off more successful versions of himself in his music videos for Dichta and Hagum. He's trying to tell himself and force himself to understand that the system doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And caring about it will never make you happy. I'm going on May 5th with my Suga bias bestie who's never gone to a BTS concert before. That's amazing. And you didn't mind all of my spoilers? I feel like I spoiled a lot. Hot payola chart. Yeah, it really is. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't care. I will continue to buy BTS music and stream it and just do my best to enjoy it. I even bought his Hagum single CD. I think I paid more in shipping for it than the actual CD. It's behind me. It's behind me on the shelf, I think. By the way, I don't know if I ever showed you guys, but my Yoongi was the last one that I needed to arrive for my figures. He's right there. I don't know. Let's see. Look at them. Maybe I'll post some pictures later. They look incredible. They are honestly, they're my favorite figures of BTS ever. I feel like they're with me in this room now that I have them. I look at them all the time. The detail in them, the clothes in them. Like, the clothes have wires in them, so they all flare out and, like, stay flared out. So they all look like they're in motion. Amazing. And I still remember that when these figures dropped, people on Twitter were saying that they were low quality and that they were bad. Excuse you, they are amazing, and you missed out by shitting on them and not getting them, because I adore them. Adore. They are so amazing. So, and then can you see, I have baby BTS up here, little other figures, which is from their HYYH era. Yeah, they're a lot smaller. Just as expensive though. But yeah, okay, alrighty. Well, I think it's about time we wrapped up. I really appreciate you guys sticking around and chat with me. So sorry that I couldn't figure out how to get you guys on screen this time. My OBS has been freaking out. Like, something wasn't working the other day, no matter how many times I tried to fix it. And then I restarted my computer today and it works. Why? So maybe the chat thing was just, I need to restart my computer and it'll fix itself. Technology makes so much sense. I enjoy the spoilers. It helps me prepare myself. I like spoilers too. They help me focus on the details later. You guys are... I think your way is probably better than mine, but I can't do that and I'm jealous. But yeah, I really hope that my interpretation makes it fun for you. And then definitely let me know here or on Twitter if you disagree with my interpretation or if you have a different one. Mine is just one way of interpreting it, so if you have a different way, I'd love to hear it. I think Yoongi is such an incredible artist, and he put in so much meaning into every single aspect of this with the intent of imparting like a good impact, a good lasting impact on ARMY and in some positive way. So I would love to know if you thought he meant something else that might help us. But yeah, I would get too overwhelmed otherwise and would miss so much when I'm actually there. Yeah, I feel that. Yeah. God, I love BTS so much. I love them. Like, I don't need anyone else. I just need them. Like, in terms of artistry, they're so varied. They keep me so entertained in every possible way. They impact my life. They make me think about so many things. They give me solace. They give me wisdom and guidance. They cheer me up. They motivate me to improve my life. They motivate me to be creative. And they connect me with so many other good people like you guys who help make my life better because we all celebrate these wonderful things together. I don't need any other artists. Sorry, I just need BTS. Okay, alrighty guys. Have a lovely morning, evening, afternoon, night, wherever in the world you are. If you clicked away from this because you didn't want spoilers and came back later to finish this stream, hello, good to see you again. And if you've been here with me the whole time, I appreciate you. Thank you for chilling with me. And have a good evening.